I like how you talked about Gotzsche. He's had quite a career. I actually have a favorable opinion of him. You know, that Cochrane study, you know, he got kind of thrown out of Cochrane because he started asking questions and he started showing concern about the pharmaceutical money that was coming.
They were taking on money. They were supposed to be independent. And we should not be taking pharmaceutical money. This is the whole point of Cochrane. And they're like, no, we want that money.
Yeah. But, you know, we talked about one thing about the film, which is probably one of the best documentaries I've seen, but in that tweet by Gotzsche, right, he talks about how a confounder can't explain this. I've been saying for years that I think the most important paper published in medicine was in 2016, and it came out of the Cochrane Library. And this is what the study did, is they looked at numbers of disease models and all trials that were randomized versus those that were retrospective observation, right? Because since I started medicine, I was trained in the era of this evidence-based medicine nonsense.
Yeah.
And you're trained that the RCT is the only thing that can determine
randomized controlled trial.
That's the only thing. It's the hegemony of evidence, right? However, in 2016, this paper in Cochrane, they compared results from the two different trial designs in numbers of disease models. Guess what they found? They reach the same result all the time. So this nonsense about unmeasured confounders, that's why you can't, don't look at the ones that well-meaning clinicians can do on their nights and weekends and find out scientific truths. No, you can't trust those. Only trust the big million-dollar trials. The Cochrane Library refuted that. And you know what they said in their conclusion? They said when differences appear between a randomized and an observational, you need to look at other factors besides design. You know how I interpret that, Del? Money.
Right.
Where's the money? You know, we know where everything leads. So, like, when a randomized controlled trial is telling you something safe and effective, and every observational trial is saying, no, it's toxic and deadly, we're told we have to believe the randomized because it was rigorous and properly done by some big academic medical center. It's absolute nonsense. So I didn't know this. Before COVID, I venerated the journals. New England Journal of Medicine, it's in the New England Journal of Medicine. That is true science, only the best science and scientists published there. That's not true. I woke up, as you would say.
Well, welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.